सत्य सत्यमेवेश्वरो लोके सत्ये धर्मः सदाश्रितः सत्यमूलनि सर्वाणि सत्यान्नास्ति परम पदम। अर्थात सत्य ही संसार में ईश्वर है, धर्म भी सत्य के ही आश्रित है, सत्य ही हर आरंभ और अंत का मूल है। इस जगत में सत्य से बढ़कर और कुछ नहीं है।
सत्य से बढ़ के और कुछ नहीं है, ये बात तो लिखी है त्रेता युग के रामायण में, लेकिन अभी कलयुग चल रहा है मित्रों। यहाँ सत्य नहीं सत्ता सबसे जरूरी है। पावर इज द वन ट्रू धर्मा एंड पावर इज द ओनली ट्रूथ। Now this week started off with the Prime Minister inaugurating the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. This is something the BJP had promised since 1990s. And finally, Modiji did it. And it was made sure that everyone knew who did it. चलो भाई, राम लल्ला की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हो चुकी है। देश का माहौल बहुत खुश है, सब बहुत तालियां बजा रहे हैं।
आज का दिन दिव्य है, आज का दिन भव्य है। शब्द कम पड़ रहे हैं मुझे पीछे का नजारा दिखाने के लिए।
और इस खुशी के मौके पे नो मोर खिंचाई। यस, इस एपिसोड में नो खिंचाई मोदी जी। टाइम टू बी पॉजिटिव अबाउट ऑल द पॉजिटिव चेंजेस मोदी हैज ब्रॉट अस।
वाह, क्या सीन है।
And there's one thing that no one has given him enough credit for. एक चीज ऐसी है जिसके लिए मोदी जी को टोटल क्रेडिट मिलना चाहिए और अभी तक किसी ने नहीं दिया। Team Newsance is here to recognize this effort of PM Modi at bringing our TV news anchors closer to Ram, very close to Ram.
We all felt, and across the country, a sense of personal joy, of achievement, of fruition, and in most, a quiet elation that we were witnessing what so many tried to stop, the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya from becoming a reality, all of us.
Arnab Goswami, feeling a sense of personal joy, achievement. That is what I call a true Ram Bhakt. I must say, Prabhu Ram प्रसन्न हो रहे होंगे ऐसे सच्चे भक्त को देख के, who's been fighting for so long against anti-Hindu naysayers. एक तरफ था VHP, दूसरी तरफ था अर्नब.
For all of us, therefore, who have seen that India, where a determined attempt was made to downplay Hinduism, ridicule, stereotype.
Truly, Arnab, only a true bhakt like you recognized how a determined attempt was made to downplay Hinduism. Like this.
उत्तर प्रदेश चुनाव के पहले हमारे पास और कोई ट्रम्प कार्ड नहीं है, सिर्फ यही राम मंदिर वाला पुराना ब्रोकन रिकॉर्ड फिर से चलाएंगे हम 25 साल बाद। ये सोचते हुए कि आज भी रथ यात्रा करेंगे, आज रथ यात्रा करेंगे, 2 वोट नहीं मिलेंगे आपको सुधांशु त्रिवेदी।
2 वोट नहीं मिलेंगे? राम मंदिर का ब्रोकन रिकॉर्ड? राम मंदिर was a broken record to you, Arnab. What a determined attempt to downplay Ram Mandir and Hindus. छी 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 छी।
2017 में चुनाव आ रहे, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कह दिया जाओ शुरू कर दो थोड़ा सा तमाशा राम जन्मभूमि के नाम पे, और आपने बोला जी जरूर हम करेंगे, आप नहीं कर सकते ओपनली, हम करेंगे आपके लिए।
राम जन्मभूमि का तमाशा, ये सब तो मिले तमाशा था ना, घोर कर लो। Arnab is screaming at VHP's Vinod Bansal for doing राम मंदिर का तमाशा for BJP. इसे कहते हैं
A determined attempt was made to downplay Hinduism. Why is the BJP so desperate that it's going back to temple politics?
Temple politics by BJP. I thought सिर्फ इंडिया अलायंस वाले करते हैं राम मंदिर पे temple politics. This was Arnab back when we can say he still had a spine.
योगी आदित्यनाथ ऐसे अनपढ़ व्यक्ति हैं. Somebody should tell Yogi Adityanath to get, his mental balance checked.
Back then he would challenge his panelists, counter their points. He'd ask them serious questions. Back then he would question the BJP on Ram Mandir politics. # secret Mandir move by BJP. That was his hashtag. And just check out his burning questions.
Did BJP conduct survey to come to conclusion all countrymen want Ram Mandir?
Did BJP consult members of Muslim community before arriving at conclusion?
Is RSS, VHP, BJP's wish to build Ram Mandir in Ayodhya the nation's will?
अब अर्नब बाबाओं को बुला के प्रणाम करता है.
चरण स्पर्श करता हूँ.
Now these two debates are from 2013 and 2015. वो ज़माना था जब अर्नब, सबा नकवी and संजय झा एक टीम में होते थे and they would gang up on poor Sudhanshu Trivedi.
First of all, let us not try and make a desperate attempt at communalizing the political atmosphere in the country.
On the one hand, you have Mr. Modi assiduously avoiding any chance of being branded a hardliner. You know, till Nitish Kumar was with you, Rajnath Singh, everyone, you just didn't want to play him up as a hardliner. You consciously downplayed his image as a Hindutva poster boy because, you know, already with Gujarat behind him, you don't want him to be projected. On the other hand, Modi's man goes to Ayodhya and really picks up the Ayodhya issue. So, Mrs. Trivedi, you know, in politics, you can't play good cop, bad cop so openly. So, Narendra Modi wants to play good cop.
Actually,
his assistant will play bad cop.
Actually,
he will be softliner. Amit Shah will be hardliner. Either you are all hardliners or you are all softliners. I am getting confused, Mr. Trivedi. Sabha, you've been listening equally stunned. It's like the BJP pulled a rabbit out of the hat and suddenly, just at a time when we thought Modi is changing his line, he didn't go to Ayodhya. He skipped any mention of contentious issues like Ram Mandir or Hindutva. They said Modi had changed and that's why there is a focus on Amit Shah. Why does Amit Shah not go to Faizabad and say, look here, we will not make it a political issue?
Did Amit Shah...
You are interpreting...
Did Amit Shah... One second. Did Amit Shah...
to make it political issue.
Is
your interpretation.
One second. Is Amit Shah in Uttar Pradesh on a picnic?
If Modi plays the temple card to gain ground in UP, will the polarization hit or help him nationally?
दो वोट नहीं मिलेंगे सुधांशु. Arnab has not only lost his spine now, but he's even discovered Sudhanshu Trivedi's PhD. Because now Arnab only calls him Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, I would like to start with you.
Look, credit to BJP spokesperson where due. At least Sudhanshu stuck to his agenda and he's been consistent throughout. Full credit to him for sticking to the Ram Temple agenda when it just wasn't cool to do so and when you had Arnab shouting at you for doing it.
My question to you is this, Sudhanshu Trivedi, बुरा न मानिए, आज जरा खुल के आपको बताऊंगा दो तीन बातें.
एक टाइम पे अर्नब खुल के बताता था. Actually, it's very wrong to say that Arnab ever had a spine. Basically, he just went with power. तब यूपीए पावर में थी तो यूपीए का एजेंडा चला. राम मंदिर was just an electoral trick, a gimmick by BJP. It was not हिंदुओं की आस्था का सवाल. और जैसे ही बीजेपी सेंटर में आई और यूपी में पावर में आ गई तो अब अर्नब पलटी मार गया, बड़ा भक्त बन गया.
जय श्री राम to all our guests.
Jai Shri Ram to all our guests.
Today, if someone said the same thing that Arnab had said 10 years ago,
सिर्फ यही राम मंदिर वाला पुराना ब्रोकन रिकॉर्ड फिर से चलाएंगे हम 25 साल बाद.
if someone said that, Arnab Goswami would have run a full 1-hour show on how anti-national and anti-Hindu that person is. अब क्या ही कहें ऐसे पत्रकारों के बारे में.
हाँ, हम बुरे पत्रकार हैं.
सिर्फ अर्नब ही नहीं है, और लोग भी हैं जिनके राम मंदिर पे स्वर थोड़े बदले नजर आए इस हफ्ते. Full-time ANI editor and part-time intelligence supporter of BJP, Smita Prakash, was joyous about the building of the Ram Mandir and excited about what this means for New India.
In Ayodhya, while we were driving through the city, meeting with people, there was this sense of joyousness. There was this sense that, it's not a closure, but it's a beginning of a new chapter where we are confident in our skin.
इतनी सच्ची भक्ति, इतना emotion. Where was it in 2010?
Instead of Bhavya Mandir, can we build several more Bhavya IITs and IIMs?
This is how Smita justified her previous stance.
In 2010, Ram Lala was in a tent and political discourse was tone deaf to a pathetic condition of UP. The bad land that it was needed IITs, IIMs. I stand by my 2010 tweet and reporting. Things changed in UP and India changed.
Things have changed in UP since 2010. There are 2 IITs in Uttar Pradesh. One came up in 1959 and another one in 2012. There's only one IIM in UP and that was started way back in the 1980s. But back in 2010, Smita ji wanted more IIMs and IITs instead of a Bhavya Mandir. Now, since Modi Yogi have come to power, no new IIT or no new IIM have been inaugurated. But Smita ji wants a Bhavya Ram Mandir. क्योंकि 2024 में यूपी का काम अब बस मंदिर से ही चल जाएगा. That makes a lot of sense. Things do seem to have changed a lot, just not in the way Smita would want you to believe. ठीक है यार, why blame her anyway? All she wanted was IIT and IIMs instead of a भव्य मंदिर. कुछ कट्टर डार्विनियन एथिस्ट तो पूरा पूरा बाबरी मस्जिद बनाना चाहते थे जन्म स्थान पे.
If I was the Prime Minister, I would actually...
Now or then?
No, now, right now. Or whenever I got the chance from 92 to whatever. I would remake the Babri Masjid, all right, and then wait for the Supreme Court to make a decision. Do you agree with that?
Remake it as a temple or a masjid?
No, as a masjid.
As it was.
Absolutely.
You heard that right. This from a guy who attacks the opposition for minority appeasement day in and day out on news channels. And before you spam our comments calling us libtard, आगे सुन लो.
Completely restore
I
it
don't know.
and then make the...
I think that would be too provocative.
I think it is a crime.
That would be too provocative. I think it is a crime.
So you see, Sanghi Abhinandan was telling secular Ranga to take a chill pill. एक जमाने में ये सज्जन बाबरी मस्जिद रीबिल्ड करने की बात करते थे और अब ये काशी मथुरा की बात करते हैं.
अयोध्या तो झांकी है, काशी मथुरा बाकी है.
20 साल पहले ये उन्हीं लोगों में से थे. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि वहाँ पे स्कूल बनाओ, अस्पताल बनाओ, नीचे तो था ही नहीं मंदिर ये है. मैं अभी इनसे ये टेस्ट ले रहा हूँ मैं इनका. इसीलिए मैं बार बार इस पे कह रहा हूँ कि ये आस्था का सवाल नहीं है नाविका जी.
कुछ लोग तो बस हॉस्पिटल स्कूल बनाने की बातें कर रहे थे. आप तो पूरा का पूरा मस्जिद बनाना चाहते थे. I'm pretty sure that's a position you're not going to see Ranganathan take on prime time anytime soon. Moving on to our next Palturam. We have for you the TV newscast street fighter, Gaurav Bhatia. Anurag Bhaduria का जानी दुश्मन was once a समाजवादी पार्टी member. आज ये परम मोदी भक्त हैं, आज ये परम राम भक्त हैं. कुछ साल पहले इनका हाल ये था.
They send a person called Amit Shah to UP, whose credentials are that he has been charge-sheeted in a heinous crime. When the election time comes, they talk about the Ram temple. They have not just fooled the Hindus of this country, they have been fooling the citizens of this country.
Amit Shah's only credential is him being charge-sheeted for a heinous crime? Gaurav, कुछ दिन सुबह सैर पे जाना बंद कर देना प्लीज. बीजेपी इज फूलिंग हिंदूज इन द कंट्री. ये बोल रहे थे तुम अपनी पार्टी के बारे में पहले.
सफेद कपड़ा ओ
क्या बोले हैं अब, क्या बोले इन सब लोगों के बारे में.
दुनिया कितनी नकली है.
ओहो सुधीर जी, इतना मत इतराओ, तुम पे भी आएंगे हम. इतने आलसी हो तुम कि अपनी स्क्रिप्ट भी चेंज नहीं करी इतने सालों से. सेम स्क्रिप्ट.
ये एज में अभी इतनी एनर्जी आप कैसे लेकर आते हैं? आपकी उम्र में बाकी लोग शायद कल्पना भी नहीं कर सकते. आज आपकी एनर्जी ऐसी है कि कोई देश के जो युवा हैं उनको भी शायद शर्म आ जाए.
Modi ji is so energetic. Few years back, Sudhir was saying the same thing for someone else.
सोनिया गांधी बिल्कुल बदल चुकी हैं. दुनिया भर के सर्वे उन्हें देश की सबसे ताकतवर महिला बता रहे हैं. उनसे मिलने के लिए बड़े बड़े लोग कतार में हैं और सोनिया गांधी उन सब धुरंधरों को गठबंधन की राजनीति के गुर सिखा रही हैं. उनकी उम्र आज 66 वर्ष है, लेकिन सोनिया गांधी के एनर्जी लेवल में कोई बदलाव नहीं आया है.
सोनिया गांधी के एनर्जी लेवल में कोई बदलाव नहीं आया है.
So basically इन लोग की स्क्रिप्ट इज द सेम, बस नाम आगे पीछे कर देते हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन हुज इन पावर. आज मोदी एनर्जेटिक है, कल सोनिया बहुत एनर्जेटिक लग रही थी. आई वोंट बी सरप्राइज दैट इफ बाय सम मिरेकल वन डे राहुल गांधी बिकम्स अ प्राइम मिनिस्टर, सुधीर कुछ ऐसे सवाल करते हुए दिखेगा.
पहली बार आपको मिला था प्रधानमंत्री बनने के बाद, तब भी मेरे मन में यही सवाल था कि इतने बड़े घर में आप अकेले कैसे रहते हैं.
मीनवाइल राम जी का सबसे बड़ा प्राइम टाइम एंकर भक्त, this was his position on Ram temple not so long ago.
Most of the people in Ayodhya want education, employment, roads and development rather than a mandir or masjid. They want to live with both.
Now look, I'm not saying that you can't change your opinion. It's possible that all these people didn't realize that Ram temple was an important issue for India and Hindus. It's also quite possible that all these people at one point felt that there was no use for a Ram temple in India. And then Modiji came to power और इनकी आंखें खुल गई. They realized कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है हिंदुओं के लिए, इंडिया के लिए. This is all fine. It's fine to change your position. But what I can't digest is that these very people today call others anti-national or anti-Hindu for saying the exact same thing that they were saying when BJP was not in power. So basically, the problem is not being anti-national or anti-Hindu. इनकी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि भाई अगर हम में कन्विक्शन नहीं है, अगर हम लोग पलटी मार सकते हैं, तो तुम किस खेत की मूली हो? तुम सब क्यों नहीं पलट रहे हो? Now, as I mentioned earlier in the show, the Ram Mandir has been BJP's poll promise since the 90s. The Ram Mandir Babri Masjid issue has been one of the long-standing contentious issues between Hindus and Muslims in this country. It's one of the longest-running legal battles where the first complaint was filed in 1858. An FIR was filed on November 30th, 1858 by one Muhammad Salim against a group of Nihang Sikhs who had installed their Nishan and written Ram inside the Babri Mosque. They also performed Havan and Puja. Cut to independent India, Gopal Singh of the Hindu Mahasabha became the first person to file a suit in the case. Gopal filed a suit against 5 Muslims, state government and the district magistrate of Faizabad for the right to pray and conduct puja in the inner courtyard of what used to be a mosque back then. Fast forward to 1992, the mosque was demolished by a frenzied mob of Hindutva car sevaks. Scores of people lost their lives in the riots that engulfed the country soon after. In 2019, the Supreme Court granted Hindus the possession of the entire land and paved the way for a Ram temple, allotting Muslims a separate piece of land for rebuilding the mosque they had lost. The inauguration ceremony brought with it 2 significant reactions. Reaction number 1 of devotion and joy. For many Hindus who were celebrating, this was a watershed moment. Ram is a much-loved god. People shared his images, lit diyas, organized bhandaras, celebrating the Pran Pratishta ceremony. Many of these people may not concern themselves with the politics of Ram temple. They may not even have very political opinions on the issue. For them, this was just a celebration of a much-loved god.
Lights, prayers, processions. Ayodhya's Ram temple fervor grips nation.
Festive fervor grips Bengaluru amid Ram temple consecration. Many Hindu outfits and shopkeepers had set up pandals to distribute prasad that included panaka, kosambari, buttermilk and other food items across the city.
Diwali-like atmosphere. Delhi celebrates Ram temple Pran Pratishta ceremony.
Degrees of devotion in the journey of faith in Ayodhya as Ram temple inaugurated. Apart from many kitchens being run across Ayodhya, residents held bhandaras near the Ram Mandir to ensure that none of the devotees go back hungry.
The son of the oldest litigant in the Babri Masjid case, Iqbal Ansari, also attended the ceremony. He said that the dispute had ended and we should aim for peace between communities. At one point, Iqbal was attacked in his own house and threatened to withdraw the case. Today, he's calling for an end to the issue and peace. So inviting Iqbal and his attendance in the ceremony is symbolic of a sentiment to move on. But can one move on when you have another set of people who celebrated January 22nd with an ugly spirit of revenge? This was reaction number 2 to the Ram Mandir inauguration.
2 days after communal clash, 15 shops demolished in Mumbai's suburbs, Haidari Chowk area.
Hindutva mob hoists saffron flags over 4 Christian prayer halls. No FIR filed.
Saffron flags hoisted, slogans raised in Agra Mosque on Ram Mandir ceremony day. The police have filed an FIR and arrested 11 people so far.
Communal tensions on Ram temple consecration day in Telangana. Prohibitory orders in Sangareddy village.
As communal tensions hit Meera Road in Mumbai, instead of urging for peace, just listen to what the MLA there, Geeta Bharat Jain, had to say.
मैम कुछ मैसेज भी वायरल हो रहे हैं कि 10 मिनट के लिए समय दे दो, 15 मिनट के लिए समय दे दो, दूसरे के मैसेज।
जी हाँ, कोई 15 मिनट मांग रहा है, कोई 10 मिनट मांग रहा है, तो हम तो इतनी तादाद में, हमें तो 5 ही मिनट काफी है, 5 मिनट दे दो।
The journey ahead for us as a nation depends on what India chooses between these 2 reactions, between peace, reconciliation, moving ahead, or revenge, ugly majoritarian politics. We're at a crossroads between these 2 reactions. Moving ahead means acknowledging the hurt and pain and lives lost in the process that has led to the building of the Ram temple. Moving ahead means respect and accommodations for those who lost the title suit in the Ram temple case. It means inclusion. It means reaching out.
जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम। ये काशी मथुरा तक जाएगी आवाज।
Can we ever move on as a country when we have news channels with such people? वैसे न्यूज चैनल्स की बात करें तो राम मंदिर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के दिन इन लोगों की तो बस चांदी ही चांदी थी। मतलब एड्स ही एड्स की बौछार हो रही थी। त्रेता युग की रामायण बोलती है कि सत्य से बढ़ के और कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन अब गांधी से बढ़ के और कुछ नहीं है। गांधी एज एन नॉट द फादर ऑफ द नेशन गाइज, जस्ट दैट गाय ऑन आवर करेंसी। न्यूज चैनल्स के लिए टीआरपी, एड्स से मिले गांधी से बढ़ के और कुछ नहीं है। तो भाई और कले कराओ और टीआरपी लाओ और लड़ाई कराओ, खूब पैसे कमाओ, अयोध्या खत्म तो ज्ञान व्यापी पे अड़ जाओ। इस सब में कटा किसका?
मीडिया ये सब राजनीतिज्ञ हैं ये लोग। अरे किसी आम आदमी से बातचीत करते हुए आपने देखा कभी? कभी नहीं देखा होगा। देखिए कभी आम आदमी से तो कोई बातें नहीं करना चाहता है कि उसको क्या दिक्कत है, क्या नहीं दिक्कत है, ये तो पूछना चाहिए। किसी ने नहीं पूछा। मीडिया कहाँ मुद्दा उठा रही है?
क्या मुद्दे ऐसे जो उठना चाहिए?
मुद्दे तो यहाँ तो बहुत हैं। सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा तो है बेरोजगारी वाला। सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा तो बेरोजगारी है। नौकरी कहाँ किसी को मिल रही है? 10,000 5,000 से ज्यादा कोई नहीं बढ़ पा रहा है। अब जो माहौल चल रहा है मीडिया का वही वो लोग कर रहे हैं। जैसे उनको टीआरपी बढ़ानी है तो अच्छे अच्छे लोगों को ले आएंगे, कलाकारों को ले आएंगे, कलाकारों को लेके आएंगे, राजनेता को लेके आएंगे। टीआरपी इन्हीं लोगों से तो बढ़ेगी, गरीब लोगों से थोड़े बढ़ेगी। आम आदमी ये देखिए टहल रहा है, कोई पूछने वाला नहीं। इनसे थोड़ा टीआरपी बढ़ जाएगी। मंच पे टीआरपी केवल नेता लोगों से ही बढ़ती है। आम आदमी के लिए यहाँ कुछ नहीं हुआ। यहाँ के लोग अभाव में हैं। अरे किसानों की जमीन ले ली गई है और उसको जो है जबरदस्ती जो है बैनामा करा के और ले लिया गया है। बाद में उसको बेचा जाएगा बड़े बड़े मतलब उससे। यही लोग तो ये लोग कर रहे हैं। जो लोग नहीं बेचना चाहते हैं उनको जबरदस्ती दबाव डाल के उनकी जमीन ले ली गई, बाकी जो है अपना बेचेंगे उसको दोगुने तिगुने दाम पे। और औद्योगिक लोगों को ज्यादा बसाया जा रहा है और गरीबों को उजाड़ा जा रहा है। जितने भी हाईवे के किनारे गरीब लोग थे उनको तो उजाड़ ही दिया गया, उनको मुआवजा कहाँ मिला?
That bite is from a ground report done by Basant Kumar and Priyali Dhingra. It's on our YouTube channel, so do check it out. It's really worth a watch and it'll show you how TV channels made a complete tamasha of the Ram Mandir inauguration. Do check that report out, and if you liked our coverage from Ayodhya, please do think of topping up our NL Sena project. It's thanks to NL Sena project that we were able to send 2 people to Ayodhya and bring you reports that we have brought so far. If you like Newsance and if you like all the effort that we put in week after week after week watching Arnab for you guys, then please do consider supporting News Laundry. There's a QR code flashing on your screen right now. Scan it. Choose an amount that's convenient for you and power our show, power our coverage, power all the efforts that we make here at News Laundry to bring you Newsance week after week. Thank you so much guys for watching this episode. We will be back next week. Until then, stay mad. That's the only way.